Okay, we're back. We're muddling through the Locrian pentatonic, and really there's no reason to. So let's just zoom out. It's a separate topic, but if you're doing a Dorian pentatonic, you can use its raw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that blues note would be between the 5 and the 6 of the root scale count, okay, in that Dorian. That's all that's saying, really. So that's just a little side note, you know, for people who are interested. Hey, what about the Locrian? Hey, what about the Locrian? Now, perfect fifths are going, let's move me over here. Okay, let's just look at this CAGED string circle. 7 modes. Root 2, 3. Okay, D string shape 2, 3, 4. C string shape 3, 4, 5. C4 string shape 4, 5, 6 long. Okay, and then we have the A5 string shape 5, 6, 7. Okay, the G6 string shape 6, 7 root. The E7 string shape 7 root 2, and back over somewhere, right, to here, the E root string shape. Now notice we're skipping 2 string shapes in between each one when we're going in perfect fifths like that. Okay, so as we go up the strings, if we start in C3, we're going to go to E7, then we're going to go to C4. So let's start with root. So where's root? Right here. I start root 2, 3, then we're going to skip 4. This is perfect fourths. Now we're going in perfect fifths there, perfect fourths there, right? Root 2, 3, next string up, perfect fourth, 4, 5, 6, skip 2 in the word CAGED. Alright, next string up, we're going to go to the E7. A little shape fitting involved there. Skip 2 the next string up to the C3. Then we have to change for the warp here, so we move it up to the G6 string, okay? And then skip 2 again in the word CAGED to the D on top. Long pattern. Root always goes to the next modal string shape up. And same thing with short patterns, I guess, but short patterns are always going to, you know, do a little, some, not the same thing with short patterns, no, just with the long patterns. So your long root 2, 3 has about 5, 6. Where's 5, 6 going to end up? It's going to end up on 6, 7 root. It's next shared modal string shape. Started here. Here's the next modal string shape. It's going to end up here. Whoa, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Okay, so that's it for that particular chart. Be it 372. I know we covered this, and of course we have, you know, the blues notes. Where are you going to put them? Where are you going to put them? It's important to know where you're going to put them. I'm going to zoom in on this because I have made a couple of edits to this, and if you didn't get this before, so we want to have in the short patterns, let's move me back over here. Forget about the Locrian pentatonic. Now remember, the reason why we want to learn pentatonics is because when we do 1, 4, 5 tripentatonic blues, we're going to be doing the pentatonics on the 4 and the 5. Okay, instead of diatonic on the 4 or the 5, unless you want to play the diatonic of the root. Then you just continue the scale in the root scale from the scale degree that you're on, whatever scale degree you're on. So it'd be like play all the white notes on the piano. I like doing things like white notes, because they're all within the diatonic scale of the root key. Okay, so it's time to shift gears. But before we do that, make sure that we've got, with the short patterns, they're going to go to the left, they're going to go towards the fret nut, so I'm putting the blues notes here on the right. Alright, but in a lot of cases you might want to just play them like this right here, if you have room to do that. And then we have the pentatonics right here. Now this is an interesting box because you have the pentatonic shorts here, so you're not going to be playing the 4th or the 7th in pure pentatonic. But if it's the 4th, you can play the 7th, and if it's the 5th, you can play the 4th in substitutions. So here they are. So again, we got the blues notes are part of the string shape. Here they're optional, so these are doubled. These will be doubled. It's your call. For instance, this B right here, you could play that if you started here and you had enough room to play that. Now what key would that be in if you were playing on your guitar? Okay, so you have E would be the phantom note down here, F would be here, this would be F sharp, so this would be in the key of F sharp. If you started just on an F sharp up down here, which would be right here, up down here, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and instead of going 5, 6, you go 2, 3, 4. I'll put Mr. Capo on so you know what I'm talking about. So now here's Mr. Capo. We've got 2, 3, 4, then blues note 5, 6. Now what we weren't playing in the key of F. That would be nice in the key of F. We've got 2, 3, 4, and then an open blues note. And once again, it'd be. Okay, but then we want to go to 7 root 2 in the short patterns. We're not going to have that note. Pentatonic, we don't want that note, but we're going to need the 3 up on the 4th string. So we could do it in F sharp. Okay, so yeah, it's just considerations with the build. Where's the build going? Is there enough? So up here with the long patterns, we could use this B instead of this one because we started the build here, so we've got those notes. That's all that's saying. So I think that's it for this chart. We have to move along. I hope you enjoyed this writing that I made my own notes. And again, the questions answered were answered. Okay, so the question was, with the pentatonic, what flats? And the answer was right here. Here's your 4th pentatonic, and here's the flats. Okay, here's the 5 flat, because we substituted in the 4th scale there, but we're not playing that 4th's 4th. And for that matter, we're not playing that 4th 7th in the pentatonic substitution. Substituting in the 5, we're not playing either one of them, so we don't get in trouble that way. But there's a little bit more to it, so let's move on to the next chart. So now we have chart 373, basic 1 diatonic and 4, 5 hexatonic substitution scales for tripent. Now diatonic hex root mode with 4 and 5 subs. And by the way, that's loosely terming a hex scale. It may not be the definition of a hex scale. Maybe something like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You know, like almost like a major 7th scale. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the 4th, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7